Hey trainers, Puck Dad here along with the Mad Scientist.
KK Shift 128.
And we're going to do a little profile of Zoroark Lycanroc that we've been testing with. And we both really like, huh?
Yeah.
I mean, we saw one get top 4 or top 8. It got top 8 or top 4. I think top 8 is what I think. And it looks solid, so it's definitely still viable. So let's get on with the list. It's going to be a little different than what you've seen so far.
Starting it off, 4 line of Zoroark, then a 3-2 line of Lycanroc, 3 Tapu Leles, a 1 line of Magcargo, 1 Mew, and then 1 Sylveon EX.
Okay, ultimate consistency, 4-4 Zoroark. Nothing new there. Standard in a deck like this. Trade is just busted. Super good. 3-2 rather than a 2-2. You don't mind starting Rockruff in the active. And so that's why it's sometimes better to play 3. It's like starting Lele. Lele is not a bad starter. Rockruff's not a bad starter. You just honestly don't want to start with your Zorua, because then Buzzwole starts hitting into it and takes easy KOs. And that's pretty much what this matchup hinges on, is if you start Zorua and Buzzwole goes second, and then they're able to just start jet punching a whole bunch of different things, everything goes south from there. So it's better to start the Rockruff or a Lele, honestly. So we've got those. Lycanroc, Bloodthirsty, awesome ability. Dangerous Rogue, come out of nowhere and get a knockout. 3 Lele for the consistency. You want to grab Bridget turn 1. You don't mind starting Lele, actually. So
Pretty good starter.
yep, 3 Lele is good. Now, your new tech.
2 new techs.
Yeah, 2 new techs. So let's talk about the old tech first. You got your Mewtwo for your Buzzwole matchup. Still super good with your Mallow. Grab your Mew EX and then DCE. And then come out of nowhere, copyright is beating for the knockout. And usually if they don't have an answer for Mew right away, then you can usually just sweep with Mew the rest of the way. But it's been kind of a problem as of late with the Buzzwole, Baby Buzz decks that are running 3 and 4 of them. So after more testing, we may drop this to a Mewtwo. I know the guy who got top 8 mentioned, he was playing a Mewtwo, but he also said that he would have liked to have the Mew also. So a little more testing to get this tweaked to whether we like the Mew EX or the Mewtwo, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I personally like the Mew EX. Caden, you like the Mewtwo, right?
No, I like the Mew.
Okay, so we both like the Mew EX from our testing, but we definitely see the value in the Mewtwo. Now, Magcargo. How many ways can we say that this card is unbelievable with Zoroark?
Same way we can say Mallow is busted with Zoroark also.
Okay, so let's pretend you have half a Mallow every single turn, and you still have access to your supporter. Now how broken is it?
It's super good. Super broke.
Folks,
Mega broke.
this is the card with Zoroark, and I can see it going to a 2-2 after rotation when you lose all the puzzles and everything. Being able to put whatever you want to on top of your deck and then trade into it, just so good. We see how decks are abusing the Mallow with Gliscopod decks, the Zoroark Gardevoir decks, and Zoroark Lycanroc decks. So Magcargo's just so useful in a deck like this to get your strong energy out of nowhere, or to get the DCE, or to get some of your techs. It's just really, really good. And being able to say Mallow for 2 cards and then smooth over for another card for a 3, well, that solves your problem here. Like your Sylveon, you grab it, grab your DCE, and then you smooth over, grab your choice band.
Yep.
I mean, it was always with Mallow, you can get 2 of the pieces, or get 2 puzzles. But now with Magcargo, you can grab all 3 pieces you need. Same with Mew EX, grabbing Mew, DCE plus choice band. So, awesome card. Can't say enough good things about it. Would like to have the room for a 2-2, but as of now, for consistency reasons, 1-1 is perfect. Now, our last tech, Sylveon EX. And I know we're going to catch flack over. Y'all are going to be saying Dedene's better, or y'all are going to say the Lele's better. And, well, I agree. Lele's really good. Lele is good.
When you're running Fairy Energy or Rainbows, then yeah.
When you're running Rainbow, because we're finally getting the Psychic Lele, I believe. The Psychic Lele is going to be legal for Worlds. But you want the Fairy Lele to one-shot the Rayquazas. And I don't care what people say online. From our testing, Rayquaza is really good. It's going to be a deck you have to answer. Have to. It's a super popular Pokemon. There's no reason to think people aren't going to try it. I remember Nationals, when we first got Rayquaza and the Roaring Sky set dropped right before Nationals. What did everybody play? Metal Rayquaza. And you even played that too. Mm-hmm. It was just new card, new Pokemon, new attacks. People want to play the new stuff. They do. People like the new stuff. And the new Rayquaza is really good, so you're going to have an answer for it. And from our testing, Sylveon EX is the way to go. Do you have any?
Yeah, I think Sylveon should be probably one of in near every deck unless you're already running Fairy Pokemon. Or if you're running Rainbow Energies, say Zoroark Trashalanche, then in that deck I think you would want to run the Tapu Lele, the Fairy, since you're running the Rainbow Energies.
Yeah, I agree with that. Nice one prize attacker in the Trashalanche deck. But honestly, from our testing, I don't think it's needed because Trashalanche is already absolutely destroying Rayquaza. So, I don't know if I would play the Lele in the Trashalanche because of that, but I could see a spot for it. But I definitely agree. Anything that's running Unit Energy that has Fairy or Rainbows, your Buzz Garb decks could tech in Lele pretty easy. So, but all Zoroark decks that run the DCE, except for maybe Zoroark Garbodor, I think should run the Sylveon.
Yeah.
So, but that's what we got for our Pokemon. All right. It's just a deck that has a lot of answers to different things in the meta.
4 Ultra Balls, 4 Puzzles, 2 Weakness Policy, 2 Field Blowers, 2 Floatstones, 2 Choice, and 1 Timer Ball.
Okay. Pretty generic. 4 Ultra Ball, 4 Puzzles, a couple Floatstones, couple Choice Bands. You don't need to load up on the Choice Bands or the Floatstones because you have access to Mallow and Smooth Over. Same with the Field Blowers. You don't need a whole bunch of them. Timer Ball's good to get your help with it. The only thing we're really missing with our items is Eva Soda, and I think we like Timer Ball a little bit better than Eva Soda, just in case if we do happen to flip 2 heads, we can get 2 cards rather than 1. So, let's talk about the weakness policies. The Buzzwole decks were not prepared to face weakness policy.
Right.
And we've already adapted our Buzzwole Lycanroc decks to include 2 Field Blowers. Because if you bring your normal Buzzwole Lycanroc deck, people are going to have weakness policies, and you're not going to be able to one-shot the Zoroarks. And so that's a 2-shot matchup that you lose.
Mm-hmm. You really do not want to be 2-shotting Zoroarks.
No. You do not want a two-shot Zoroarks or anything else like that. I mean, that's bad. Buzzwole Lycanroc has to adapt if it's to survive, because if not, then all the Zoroark decks are going to be playing this, and I don't see Buzzwole beating it. Unless they have unless they adapt with the field blowers, or they just have an unreal start and the Zoroark deck lags a little bit.
I think that's what really made Tord just do super good, the weakness policy. Oh. And no one was ready. Nobody had field blowers. Nobody had nothing in the Buzzwole decks.
Oh, and that's why the Zoroark Lycanroc decks and the Zoroark Garbodors did so good too. Because we tested that matchup, the Zoroark Garbodor, and we were maybe 3 or 4 cards off from the winning list. Mm-hmm. And
it was a rough matchup.
It's a rough matchup. But once you add the weakness policies in there,
and they don't have the field blower.
All of a sudden, that bad matchup becomes quite easy. So, I think the weakness policies are genius.
Yeah.
And so it's kind of coming down to, we want to for sure have this. So either this is Evosoda or this stays Timer Ball, and I think we agree on Timer Ball, right?
Yeah, because you can just put Lycanroc right into your hand and then put it down.
Okay.
And use its ability.
And I was thinking, we lose Puzzle for rotation. And we lose Strong. But the deck can easily hit with the regular fighting, with Dangerous Rogue. You can just make up the choice band count or something. But I like this deck going into rotation too. What do you think?
Yeah, I do think it's pretty
I think it loses the puzzles, but I think that's really the only thing it really hurts. All right, so that's our items. The only questionable thing is, like I said, the Evosoda. It'd be nice to have some of those, but we can only play 60 cards, so.
And supporters, 3 Bridgets, 3 Guzmas, 3 Ends, 1 Mallow, 1 Sycamore, 1 Cynthia, 1 Kukui.
Okay, so pretty generic. 3 Bridget, Zoroark deck. We've seen the Gliscod run 4. So, I mean, 3 is the perfect number. 3 is what's been winning a lot of tournaments. So, 3 there. 1 Mallow. We'd like to have a second, but from our testing with the Magcargo and the puzzles, 1 Mallow's fine. Getting that Wonder Tag from Mallow and then getting all your pieces that you need, it's just unreal how good it is. 1 Sycamore, it's just there just for pretty much emergency. If you just really need to dig super deep for something, then that's mainly what it's there for. Otherwise, I've seen these decks play 0 Sycamore. Mm-hmm. So, and then...
Well, also on the Sycamore, I think it's also good for if you just have no cards in hand and just lay, grab, it's 1 extra card with the Sycamore, so you can just grab Sycamore and then get it fresh hand to 7. Okay. I think that's really what all it's used for.
And then Cynthia, excellent shuffle draw. 3 Guzma, you could go down to 2, but we like the 3rd, right?
Mm-hmm.
I think what it comes down to, would you rather have the 2nd Cynthia or the 3rd Guzma? And from our testing, we'd rather have access to that Guzma a little easier. So, 3 in, we're not going to be taking the lead straight away, so it's more important to have a higher in count rather than Cynthia or Sycamore, because we are going to lose a few Zoruas or something, so, or a Rockruff, so N's better in a deck like this. 1 Kukui, to help you hit your numbers. There's times where it's kind of awkward with a Dangerous Rogue, to where maybe they
only have 3.
And so you need to hit the 150, and maybe you don't have we have a strong. Oh, you need to hit 190, right?
Or just say 180.
Okay, so
180 choice band strong.
And then there's times with Zoroark where you want to hit the 130, and so you need to Kukui.
Or they hit 170 against the Lele with Kukui.
So, Kukui and Choice Band,
Sorry.
with Ritus beating. Yep, so Kukui just helps smooth over the numbers, and a 1-of tech is good. There's no reason to play 2 or 3 of them. That's it for the supporters.
Okay.
So far, we'd like to have a second Evosoda and a second Mallow. 1 parallel, 1 reverse. That's mainly for, this is good. I don't care what they say. This is good against Malamar.
Yeah.
The Malamar yahoos will say that parallel doesn't hurt them, but it does. It hurts anything, and it hurts Zoroark Gliscopod decks too. So, Reverse Valley, perfect for hitting the 130 on a baby Buzzwole.
You can even hit 180
So,
with Ritus beating it,
and Choice
Band, and Kukui.
So, Reverse Valley has a lot of value, and just a 1 of each. You could make the argument of 2 Reverse Valley. You can make the argument of 2 parallels. So, we like the 1-1 split.
Yep.
I could definitely see 2 Reverse Valleys or 2 parallels.
4, 3, 1.
Okay. So, that for DC, it is what it is. You gotta play it. And that's your best way to power up these attackers. For the Rockruff, it's sometimes good to just attach just the basic, especially at the beginning. Mm-hmm. Just attach basic. And, with the decks being maybe more enhanced hammer or Kartana, Flare Grunt. So we actually might adjust this more to a 2-2 line. So we just had to test a little more against the special energy hate, because I know Pendarvis played, I think, 2 enhanced hammers. Tord was obviously playing enhanced hammers. Trash Lance decks were playing the Kartana. So there's a lot of special energy hate right now. So we might adjust to another basic. So we'll just have to play that by ear. As of right now, I would say this deck is 97% complete.
Yep.
There's just 3 cards: the Evosoda, the Mallow, and then maybe 1 more basic. So I think there's 3 spots optional, but from our testing, this deck has been really good. So, final thoughts?
I like the deck a lot.
It's definitely an option for Worlds, right?
Yep.
So there you have it. I guess we'll keep on with the metal versus the Zoroark deck next.
Mm-hmm.
So until then, be excellent to each other.
And party on, dudes.